Hey guys, it's Jazmyn here with Austin Underground, and I'm super excited to sit here with
Lights.
on her Little Machines tour. So, have you gotten a chance to hang around Austin and see how it is?
Yeah, we walked around a bunch today, and I've been here quite a few times. I mean, we've done South by Southwest a few times and had days off here, and it's one of my favorite cities. It's the best. Went around, got some pulled pork, walked by the river. It's an awesome place.
Are you going to be coming back here for South by this year?
Not this year, unfortunately. I wish we were, but it kind of lands around the same time as the Junos up in Canada.
Okay.
So pretty important in Canada.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
The Junos? Mm-hmm. Well, it's like, you know, to the person who's not Canadian, it's like the Canadian Grammy. Mm-hmm. And it, you know, kind of rewards Canadian artists and Canadian musicians and performers and writers and producers. And it's a huge honor. I'm up for, Little Machines is up for Pop Album of the Year. Okay. So we're going to play at the Junos and maybe we'll win an award. Who knows? But it's kind of just like, it's a chance for everybody to get together in the Canadian music world and watch each other play and reconnect. It's an awesome experience.
Well, congratulations on your nomination. We actually heard that you recorded part of your album while you were in labor.
Well, you know, it's funny. I was recording the album from January to March of 2014, last year. Mm-hmm. And I had my baby on February 15th. So it happened right in the middle of it, right? And of course, you're bound to run into some crossover. And I was working on vocals on one of the songs, and I was like, all right, I think I'm going to have a baby tonight. But labor is like, you know, a long process. It was like in the early stages of it. I went home, played Settlers of Catan, and then had the baby the next morning, and then went back in the studio a few days later.
So a while back, you did a collaboration with your husband on Open Water with Bless the Fall. Do you think there's any chance we're ever going to get to see that live?
I don't know. That's up to Bless the Fall if they want to learn it and play it. I don't think they've ever played that one live before because they always like to play the faster, more energetic songs live, and it's definitely a ballad. I would like to play it someday with them, but
I think that'd be awesome.
Maybe we'll do an acoustic version of it or something.
So do you think you're going to do an acoustic version of Little Machines like how you did with Siberia?
Well, you know, I'm thinking, I get asked about it a lot, actually, and that's the reason I do acoustic stuff in the first place is because, you know, thanks to social media, I'm able to see that, like, fans are into that kind of thing. And I love showcasing the songs from another angle because when you strip something down, it takes on a whole new life, and you can hear things in it you never did before. So it's something that's really important to me, and I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do it this time around. We're going to do something. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but, you know, I try to do something a little different every time. I mean, the last album, the Siberia Acoustic, was the entire album almost. Lights Acoustic was like a cover and like some old songs and a new one and then a couple from the listening. So what's it going to be this time? Something of an acoustic nature, but I don't know if it's going to be sort of a repeat of Siberia Acoustic.
So what do you think is your favorite song that you put out on Little Machines?
I don't know. Right now, I really like Running with the Boys. We made an awesome video for it. It had all my girlfriends in it, and we had all these little girls playing us when we were younger. And there are no boys in the video, weirdly. The song's really nostalgic, and it's inspiring to put yourself in that place where you just don't have expectations of anything. You just live in the moment. I think that's something, especially with technology and all this stuff that's available to us now, we just forget to live in the moment. You know, I see so many people watching my shows through their phones so that they can watch it later. And it's like, well, guys, this is happening now. Enjoy this now. Take it in. And it's something that we forget to do nowadays, I think. So the song's kind of about those days when we were little and we just did that, you know? We lived in the moment. It's a feel-good thing. I think it comes with maybe being a mother, too. You see your kid growing up so quickly and you're just kind of like, I don't want this moment to pass.
So you said on this album you were inspired by a lot of art and poetry and female songwriters. Who do you think, or what piece do you think is the biggest influence?
Art or poetry or?
Yeah, like what female songwriter do you think influenced you the most from this?
Different things from everyone. Patti Smith and her poetry was sort of the poetic aspect of it. And she's done so much writing, and she had a lot of, like, I read into sort of when she first got started, and she would do readings in like Brooklyn and get really into it, and she would just read her poetry, and everyone, like the Ramones and everything, would come and watch her play, and they loved her, and she would throw chairs and she'd get really into it. And that's an expression of art in a different way. And that was really inspiring just to read some of her work. And then she has sort of this little autobiography called Just Kids, and just the way she writes, it was just nice to be able to explore something that wasn't just music, but she's a great musician too. You know, she's made amazing songs and just great stuff. So she was a huge influence for sure. But musically, Kate Bush, the dynamics and the way she like growls when she sings, you take something from everybody. But I more so nowadays than ever am influenced by female musicians and female fronted bands and female lyricists. I think that there's some affinity that we have because we're all women, but like I'm so connected to what these women are doing. It's amazing.
Yeah. So we heard you're on tour with Flea. We actually interviewed her a while back. How's that been?
I just saw her today. She's playing in Austin tonight. I saw her at Whole Foods. So we're going to go hang out later. But she's amazing. If anybody hasn't heard Flea, go check her out. We toured with her in Europe and UK. We took her out, and she's awesome, man. It's one of the... I love most of the bands we've toured with, but she's probably my favorite in terms of artists I fell in love with. Maybe it goes back to that affinity with other female artists. We don't get to tour with females that much. Yeah. But she's awesome.
Yeah. She's really nice. So do you have any advice to aspiring singers or anyone who wants to get into electronic music?
I would say work on your craft. Just dig in and figure out what you're good at and what you have to offer. Don't wait around for someone to come discover you, because that's just not the way that it works anymore. Take time to write and get good at, if you're getting into production, if you want to get into EDM, then work at it every day and do it because you love it, not because you want to get famous or make money. Like, that's the best way that it's going to work out for you. Work on songwriting. Don't be afraid to write something and then throw it away and do something again, and write 1,000 things, because sometimes it takes that to get to the good stuff. It's called, the 10,000 hours theory, right? You put in your time, you're going to get good at it and master it. So just dig in and do it, and you'll figure out what you're good at and put it out there. We have all the tools in front of us now to put things out there. SoundCloud, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. There's ways to showcase your art once you've found your place, and that's just what it comes down to.
That's really inspiring. I think that's all the time we have today, though, but thanks for talking to us, and thanks for watching, guys.